Hi guys, it's Wade Nelson with hardcoreoutdoor.com, and I got a lot of comments from the article I posted yesterday on the website about the multi-purpose clothing system. So I thought I'd take a little time here and post a YouTube video and give you some more detail. The underwear that I use is the Under Armour 6-inch boxer brief. They're nice and comfortable, got plenty of stretch, but they also provide some support. So real nice pair of underwear. I really enjoy wearing them, and they've done well for me for a number of years. Another piece that I've been using for a number of years that does a great job is the Danner Flashpoint sock. It is a mid-weight merino wool sock, but the thing I really like about it is that it's an over-the-calf sock, and when you put them on and pull them up, they stay up all day long. So that's a nice feature to them. Great sock. The base layer that I'm using right now is a little bit of a new entry into the system. It is a Smartwool NTS Micro 150 Crew, and the Crew is the new part for me. This Henley Collar is a little different. I normally have used a zip T-neck for my base layer, but the other part of my base layer system already has a zip T-neck. And what I was finding is that sometimes it would get a little uncomfortable, a little bunched up in my neck. So I went to this Henley collar, and I really like it very much. This is a very lightweight, form-fitting base layer. It does help out in the warmth department some, but its big features are it's very comfortable, and it really moves moisture and helps in the evaporation. So this has been a nice addition, and I really like it. I described this in the article yesterday as being my secret weapon, and it really is. It's the plus in my 3+ layering system. It's basically a glorified sweatshirt, but it's got some nice features to it. The exterior is a tight-knit, a little bit of a slick feel to it that allows it to cut some wind and slough off very light precipitation. But you unzip the T-neck here, and you see that it's a very comfortable, soft, mid-loft fleece. So it's very comfortable to wear. It's got longer sleeves with thumb loops in it to help protect the vascular wrist and the back of your hand. This is the piece that I take on and off more often than anything else. It's the piece that makes everything else work better. So unfortunately, REI no longer makes this active stretch half zip pullover, so I'm going to have to find a replacement for it. But there are a number of them out there. Really super nice piece. Insulation. You got two choices, right? Synthetic or down. And my rule is very simple. If I'm sure that I can keep my down dry, I'll go with down because it's a better insulator. It's lighter for ounce per ounce in terms of its warming capability. It hugs the nooks and crannies a little better, and it's easier to compress. But you know, if I can't keep it dry, then I'm going to use a synthetic insulator. This is a Patagonia Micro Puff jacket. It's insulated with Primaloft Sport. The reason I like this jacket over some other ones that are available in the market is that they give you a little bit more insulation in this jacket, and that helps get down and sustain me in those lower temperature ranges. Nothing very fancy, pretty straightforward. It's got a couple of pockets, but it's got a nice filled collar here that works well with the pullover, and nice piece. Compresses pretty well too for a synthetic. In terms of down, I'm a big Western Mountaineering fan. Love their sleeping bags. This is a great garment. It's called the Flight Series jacket. You're going to be hard pressed to find a better, higher quality goose down garment. Fit and finish is real nice on it. It's got a nice puffy down-filled collar. However, I'm going to be moving away from this particular jacket. I'm going to replace it with a Feathered Friends front point jacket, and the reason being is Western Mountaineering does not make a jacket with a down-filled detachable hood, and that's a big deal for me, especially if I was going to bivvy or belay, or you get stuck on a chairlift or something like that. I really like the ability to use that goose down hood. But anyway, this jacket has been great for me, and it's a very nice piece of gear. A belt. You know, this is kind of a throwback to my search and rescue days, but I still think it makes a lot of sense. This is an Instructor Repel belt. This particular one is made by Yates, which is my favorite at the moment. They're good folks. They've got a sport line and a tactical line. They're users and operators, so they know how this stuff really works. But this has got a rated hard point to it, and if I needed to evac out of a chairlift or tie into a hard point or something, I could certainly do it with that belt. But it's a very nice piece of equipment to have around. I've already done a YouTube video on this particular boot, but let me just say again that this is the boot that I keep going back to. This is probably my favorite pair of boots. You know, I've got a lot in my inventory, but if I had to pick one, this is it. It's by far the best lacing system in the business. It's got an awesome fit inside, very supportive, very comfortable. And in terms of wet weather traction, I don't have a boot that beats this boot. The compound in this Vibram rubber, whatever it is, works beautifully on wet rocks and slick surfaces. So this is the Hanwag Mountain Light GTX. Perfect. Okay, pants. I'd love to be able to tell you that there's one pant that will do everything out there, something that's really comfortable and easy to wear for long periods of time, but protects you and gives you maximum abrasion resistance and durability, and then also acts as a shell rain pant that is waterproof, breathable against wet snow and rain, but it doesn't exist. I'm looking for it. I'd love to find it. It's kind of the holy grail of pants for me, but it doesn't exist. So I got to have two pants. A regular pant, kind of a trail wear pant, all around great pant. My favorite is the arborwear Ascender pant. It's made of this synthetic stretch tech fabric, 4-way stretch. Got a lot of features to this that make it my favorite. Suspender loops, heavy duty belt loops, good pocket set, little tool pocket on one side, and a BDU style cargo pocket on the other. It's got ankle cuff zips and Velcro closures here on the bottom if you want to seal things up. It's also got this Kevlar material on the front of the knee to give you added abrasion resistance, but it doesn't make you hot or you don't sweat behind it. They're just really great pants, super comfortable because of the diamond gusset crotch. Just no restriction of movement whatsoever, and it does cut the wind a little bit and slough some light precipitation, but it's not a rain pant. Okay, so in order you know, to give you that lower extremity protection, you've got to have a set of shell pants to work in combination with those. These are a military style or design overpant, so they're cut a little larger to go over your other pants. This is a heavy-duty, soft hand material. I describe it as a 500 denier Cordura, but it has a Gore-Tex Defense laminate that makes it waterproof, breathable. Again, it's got some nice features to it. On both legs, it's got BDU-style cargo pockets. It's got the access pocket flaps. It's got belt loops if you want to use your Instructor belt with it, but it's also got a zipper and snap and shock cord elastic waist adjustment feature to it. It has longer pants leg zips to it and Velcro closures. So you really can don and doff with your boots on and your regular pants, so it's not a big pain in the neck to put these on or take them off. I've used this set for about 6 years when I was on the mountain rescue team. They're pretty much bulletproof. They do a great job of protecting from rain and snow, and they're really awesome. These were made by Adventure Tech, which is now part of Proper International, and awesome pair of pants. Okay, staying with the shell stuff here. Outdoor Research Crocodile Hd Gators. Don't really need to say any more than that. This is the gold standard of gaiters. I've been wearing them for about 20 plus years now, and frankly, they just don't get any better than that. So, Outdoor Research Crocodile Gators. Gloves. Anybody who's a regular reader knows that I'm a huge fan of the Hanz, that's H-A-N-Z, liner glove. This is a Nomex glove, which really doesn't make much of a difference for me anymore because I'm not flying in the helicopter all the time. But the fit and finish on these gloves, they provide some good warmth. They've got a nice grip, but the stretch feature to this is what I really like. There's no nooks or crannies, no gaps, no nothing on these. It's just the best liner glove I've ever used. If I were you, I'd get a half dozen pair of them. Okay. Things get wet and cold. I bump up to the Arcteryx vertical SV glove. They make a longer version of this called the Alpha, but this is my favorite. It's a two-part system. It's got a nice fuzzy fleece liner to it, but then it's got the waterproof, breathable fabric on the back, covered with leather in the front, and a carabiner loop so you don't lose them. So I prefer this shorter version because it fits underneath my shell jacket a little better. Really, you can tell it's got a nice anatomic cut to it. Really a nice glove. Okay, and here's kind of the piece de resistance. This is the big finish. Your shell jacket is a critical part to the system. It is the protection for your insulation layer. This particular model is what I think is the current state of the art. It is the Arcteryx Theta AR. The Theta is a little longer than the beta version of this, and I like that because it gives me better coverage. I can sit down in glass or belay or something and still have my backside covered. This is as good as it gets from a design standpoint. It's got everything it should have and nothing it shouldn't. Good pit zips, pocket set is where it belongs. The waist is clean for your pack belt or your harness. It's got an outstanding standalone collar to it. It's got one of the best hoods I've ever used, and the cuff closures work the way they should. They've got both elastic as well as Velcro adjustments. It's just an awesome piece of equipment. And now the only issue is it's a little loud, but you know, I'm not a bow hunter, so that's not a big deal for me. If I were, I'd probably switch to a QU Chugach or something like that. But you know, like I said, this is as good as it gets. I like this color. It's a two-tone green. They call it an oregano. You know, I can hunt with this jacket, or I can ski with this jacket, and I'm not going to bother anybody with it. And it will do just as well in both environments. And you know, that's kind of the big thing with this whole system. It allows me to do everything I want to do in the temperature range that I do it in. And that temperature range is legitimately from 0 degrees to 75 degrees. And this system is flexible enough, it's high performance enough that allows me to do all of that. This is my thing, this is my gig. I'm looking for best in class gear. I'm looking for the best performance gear that money can buy and the market offers, and this is it. Occasionally we change some things, but I'm telling you that this thing allows me to do everything I like to do it in the places I like to do it. That's hunting, backpacking, mountaineering, ATVing, you know, it's skiing. It's very flexible, very high performance, and frankly, I just don't think you can do any better. So anyway, that's the multi-purpose clothing system. If you want some more information on this or other great gear, please visit us at www.hardcoreoutdoor.com. Thanks for visiting.